as you can see, I am very excited because it's a effing ranking episode. And I'm going to win.
No, you're not.
I will win.
Because I'm going to win. My lists are always better. This is season 2, episode 6. I'm one of your co-hosts, the one that's going to win, Daniel Perez.
No. My name is Messi Morales, and again, we are your unqualified heroes. So, like Danny said, and I said, this is a mother effing ranking phase 3 finally after what? After like over a month already doing this. Yeah, so phase 3, the one that cap off the Infinity Saga, so far one of the best phases out of 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Phase out of 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah,
there's no debate.
There's no debate. Yeah. 11 projects. This is the second biggest phase with 11 projects, and it's literally a roller coaster of movies. They're good and they're bad. So
there's so many movies. We went from back-to-back 6 projects all the way to 11. Almost, and then now we got like 1,000.
Yeah.
So it is
all right. So if you do not remember, what are the movies?
Wait, Messi. Before we go into that.
Okay. Daniel, what were you going to say?
We have an announcement to make.
We do have an announcement to make.
I might have shown it earlier in my excitement that I was moving so much, but then I realized that I was covering my tetas. So if you haven't already seen it, go ahead and go on YouTube. Check us out because
we got merch, baby. We got merch.
Yes, sir. Unqualified heroes. We got shirts, we got locks, we got hoodies, we got sweatshirts, we got it all. We got all types of things. This is the hoodie I got. I think this is the only hoodie we got. Not 100% sure.
We just made stuff and we don't know what we have. We're just pressing add this, add that, But this is a sweater. This is unqualified on the front. We may keep the UH in the back. We may not. It depends how we feel about it.
Everywhere. You could whatever social media page we got, you can find the link there. And you just find it. It says Unqualified Heroes, something. It might just say UH merch. We might make it shorter, but the actual link says Unqualified Heroes on it. And you can just scroll through our stuff. There's different colors. So the shirt or item that you see, that's not the only color there is. There are different color options once you click on it.
But yeah, we got merch.
So if you want to rep Unqualified Heroes and look cool, because these are actually pretty cool looking merch. So go check it out. Support us and help me buy a new yacht. No, I'm kidding. This will all go towards Unqualified Heroes things. So we can make our podcast better, reach new people, and make it look cool.
So going back to our regular programming. So phase 3, again, there's 11 projects from starting with Civil War all the way to Far From Home. So 2016 came along with Civil War, Captain America. Then we got introduced to the new Sorcerer Supreme. Well, not yet. Doctor Strange. And then we went back to space with James Gunn and his crew with Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And then we got the MCU Webster, Homecoming. Then Taika Waititi, whatever his name is, he got fired now from Marvel from making the Thor 4 crappy. But he made Thor 3 good.
but before he made Thor 4 crappy, he made Thor 3 good.
Yeah. And then RFP, Wakanda Forever, Black Panther came along. And then the best movie of everything, Infinity War, came along. And then they effed it up with Ant-Man the Wasp. And then effed it up again with Captain Marvel. And then they brought another masterpiece, Endgame, and then cap it off with Far From Home. So those are the 11 projects. Me and Danny want to get debate on which one are the best from going from 11 to 1. And that's it.
Yeah, that's it. So we'll start it off and talk about our list. I'll go first.
All right.
My number 11, as you said, there is 11 projects, is Captain Marvel.
They're not debating. No one's gonna argue with that, bro.
It's not good. It's not good. It's not necessarily her character. I mean, her character's kind of a popular character in comics, but she just sucks. And Nick Fury was they ruined the eye thing that we got in Winter Soldier with the stupid cat. It was just not good. So at the bottom.
Yeah, for 11 for me as well. Okay. This movie is bad, but it's not as bad as people make it seem to be. I rewatched the MCU all over again every time, and I watched even the ones that I don't like, and I watched this one. There's some things that I did like. There's some obviously the movies. There's less things that I like them more that I dislike. But this movie, CGI was pretty good. Yeah. I had no complaints with the CGI. She actually, Brie Larson as Captain Marvel, she looked pretty cool. Like even on Endgame and no other movie because she hasn't been in other movies. She looked pretty cool. The CGI was pretty cool. I had literally no complaint with the CGI. Her powers were cool. But the thing what effed that up, it was Brie Larson and how cocky she actually is in real life, and her not persona is literally how she is with her co-stars and stuff like that. And that's probably why the movie got even bashed even more. But yeah, it's at 11 for a lot of people.
It's not the best, but it is what it is. Then we go to another post-Infinity War project. Ant-Man and the Wasp is my number 10. And okay, I just rewatched this because Ant-Man 3 came out. If you haven't seen Ant-Man 3 spoiler review and you have seen the movie, go check it out. We got a special guest and it was a blast. Yeah. But going back to Ant-Man and the Wasp, it wasn't a bad film. I still enjoyed it. It still had the same humor of the Ant family that we got with the first one.
Yeah.
I just thought the villain.
There was no villain. I
wouldn't even say a villain.
There was no villain.
Antagonist, quote unquote. Okay, here's what really bothered me. Honestly, it wasn't Ghost. After the first time I watched it, I was like, bro, this is like Ghost sucks. But then I just rewatched it, and it's not Ghost that I had a problem with. It's the random plot line that they had with the other guy that was trying to steal the suit. The ugly guy and his goons.
Yeah.
Why you literally could have completely erased that plot line, and you still would have had the same exact movie, but better. So it's not
probably better. Yeah,
it's not as
overfilled or anything like that. Yeah, it's just there to fill.
There was too many people, just in there, and bothered me. That was the thing that bothered me the most. Yeah, I wish there was a villain, and I wish Ghost was a little bit better, but that wasn't my main problem. My main problem was like this guy, he just showed up every couple minutes, and he was so annoying and had nothing to do to advance the movie. It was just there just to be there. Not even for fan service.
It was just there to be there. But it's number 10 for me as well. But on this movie, there is the comedy compared to the first one. I think was a little bit better. We got more to see of Louise on the truth serum scene.
Oh yeah.
That scene is phenomenal. It's hilarious. I think just having Louise on the screen, it saves Ant-Man. I think just having Louise by himself makes the movie.
Bro, there was funny things, like when Ant-Man shrunk and he had like the giant overcoat, and he's like walking. He looks like a man.
Toddler.
He goes inside the van. He like couldn't get up, and then Hank's like, "How was your day at school?" Like, I don't know. It was just I don't know. But it was. I love the humor.
The comedy was good, but the plot line couldn't save it to make it a better movie than the first one. Like Danny said, the guy with the thug. I don't know what his name. I don't remember what his name was. I'm just calling it the thug. The thug guy. The crime boss, whatever his name was. It was good for the beginning, but for the first time we saw him in the movie, because it made it seem like, okay, so they're just not stopping big people; they're also protecting the little guy, basically. Like like Spider-Man does. He just fight people on New York, so they fight people on San Francisco. But it got annoying. They're coming back again and again and again for the whole movie, and it was like too much, and it didn't save it. The comedy was good, but it couldn't save it too much.
Yeah. Is that your number 10?
Yeah.
Okay. So my number 9, I don't know if this is controversial or not, but my number 9 is Spider-Man Homecoming.
Bro, did you copy my list? You're literally going down the same movies.
All right. It'll get more controversial later then. But I don't know if we're controversial with like the casual people. But my number 9 is Spider-Man Homecoming. I know. Yeah. Okay, I think it is controversial with people because what I've heard is Far From Home is the worst of the trilogy. No. But I like Far From Home better than Homecoming. I don't know why. I mean, now I explain it later. So I guess I do know why. But Spider-Man Homecoming was a good movie. Maybe I've just seen it too many times. I've seen it probably like over 10 times. Way too many times. I liked Vulture. He was cool. But we got more Spider-Man. In Spider-Man Far From Home, we got bigger, quote-unquote, tier villains. Or what we thought was a bigger tier villain. And then we had the impact of Iron Man dying and all this stuff post-Infinity War. It was a lot in Far From Home that I liked. So it's not really a bashing of Homecoming to me.
Yeah, Homecoming is my number 9 as well. If you didn't figure it out by me lashing out there, I'm sorry. This movie, okay. It's not a bad movie. It's not low because it's not a bad movie. It's just low because there's better movies on Phase 3 than this one. We didn't get the introduction that we got with Toby and Andrew. We didn't get the Ben dying and him getting bit and nothing like that. It just started him already being Spider-Man and whatever. That wasn't even the problem, because who wants to see the same story again done for the third time? But this it wasn't the best out of the trilogy. I think Far From Home is better. The villain wasn't really his. He was just there protecting New York, and then he just stumbled upon banging his daughter. And yeah, so that, I don't know. The Vulture was pretty cool because Michael Keaton. But if the movie wasn't without him, with Tom Holland, I think the movie would have been pretty good still.
Yeah, it was a good quote unquote origin story.
Yeah, so it's a pretty good origin story, for the MCU Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Next
we got, for me, is Far From Home. Far From Home is me for next. It was better than Homecoming, but it's not better than the rest of the films. I very much like this film. I don't know why people hate on it. We got like 1,000 different suits for Spider-Man. We got Night Monkey. We got Mysterio, who is cool. The glasses. I like the glasses.
Edith, yeah.
I really loved the scene when he got effed up by Mysterio in like the illusion, like that scene went hard. I mean, CGI was just crazy. They put in all their money on that specific scene for the movie. They're like, this one scene is gonna top the rest of the movie, and it was just so good. And then the scene after that, when he's going through the dandelions and Happy shows up, he's like, "Is that really you? Tell me something you really." And then it was like kind of funny. And then they go into the plane, and he's like, you could see the emotion on Tom Holland, the range that he had, and then making his new suit with Iron Man's song, the OG Iron Man song in the background. It was just a really good film. And then crazy way to end it. No one was expecting that. I mean, I don't know if people were. I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't expecting that, yeah.
I was like, what? And we're all crazy Marvel fans trying to theorize what's going to happen next. And then we got No Way Home. But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie, but I have other films above it. But now that I'm saying it, I feel like I kind of like this movie than one of my films that I have higher. But we'll see.
All right, so Denny's literally copying my list. That's probably why you wanted to go first, because you knew we were had similar tastes and you wanted to go first. Next time I'm going first. This is not fair. Yeah, so Far From Home is my next one. Like Denny said, this iconic scenes on the bridge when he closes his eyes and all these drones are in like on the little bridge, and then he's just literally punching, going with his Peter Tingle type of thing. That scene was so cool. Like he was just literally trusting himself to make it through, and then like the last part and the acting for Tom Holland from the first one to this one, it went from 0 to 100.
Oh yeah,
like real quick. We actually saw a lot of range on him. Like we went from happy to sad to disappointed to angry to almost killing a person on this one. Like Tom Holland went OP on this one. Like people, I don't know why people complain, because yes, Spider-Man, Mysterio is a Spider-Man enemy. Like he's a villain mostly for Spider-Man. People were complaining saying this is too much for Spider-Man. This is a Avengers level character,
Avengers level threat.
But this is literally a Spider-Man villain. Yeah, that movie, I think Far From Home is better than Homecoming. And I think, me personally, it's this close with No Way Home.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah.
Me personally, it's this close to No Way Home.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's controversial. Anyways, canceled. My number, where are we at? 8?
Yeah, I swear.
My number 8.
You say it.
Is Black Panther.
Oh, thank God. There you go. We have a different number now.
All right, we're getting controversial now. My number 8 is Black Panther.
Why?
But my number 8 and my number 7, I feel like Far From Home is now better than those movies after describing it. I'm like, man, maybe I should go watch Far From Home again and see make another opinion. But Black Panther, it was a good film. I feel like all these movies from now on, probably Homecoming on, are all good films. Even Ant-Man on, they're all good films except Captain Marvel. But so it's hard. This is such a good phase. I really liked Black Panther. It brought us our first Black lead MCU character, possibly a DC character or superhero character in general. So that was a monumental moment, at least in the MCU. Chadwick Boseman, one of the best actors to ever act. He's been in so many other projects that are just top tier projects. And we kind of saw this whole new world that we never got anything of. I mean, we got Shuri, who's now smarter than Iron Man, possibly. I don't know, but she's super smart. The Wakandan language is kind of cool. The humor with M'Baku and all that stuff, it was just really good. And we had a really good villain. I know a lot of people hate on Killmonger, but I thought he was a pretty good villain. The third act went down. I agree. The third act was
Yeah.
But the first two acts of the movie were top tier. And it had humor too, which, I mean, I don't know if people were expecting that because it's an MCU movie, but knowing that it's Black Panther, I wasn't expecting that too much. But we got humor, and it was a good movie. I liked it.
It was a good movie. Yeah. 2018. No, 17.
Yep.
That's when it came out. Something like that.
17.
It changed the whole world. All right. My number 8. Thor.
Ragnarok. What? Thor Ragnarok?
Yep. Let me tell you why. Yes, it's a good movie. Yes. But I personally like the Thor from the first two movies, even though they are just boring movies. And they literally flipped it like 100%. Like they did like a whole 180 degree on Thor. They go. And just like that, he's literally everything that he did in the first movie was whatever. The comedy was too much compared to the first two movies. Mind you, Thor Ragnarok, yes, it's the best one out of the three for some people. But I like the first one better. First Thor.
What?
Yeah, I do like the first one better. Okay, Thor is the movie was good.
You watched this movie so much. Every time I was at your house, you were watching this movie. You had this movie playing.
I did not. It's not for every time you came to my house, I was watching. I don't know why. But you came to my house like one time. So that's really
and you were watching it. So that's every time.
The movie was good. We saw like a whole different version of Thor. Comedy, Bruce Banner. That was the last time we saw Hulk being Hulk.
Yeah. No.
We got to see. Yeah.
No.
When
we got in the beginning of Infinity War.
That was not Hulk. I don't know what you're talking about. That was not Hulk. Don't at me. That was a green booger being a bitch.
Green booger?
Yeah, that was not Hulk. Don't at me. Whatever. We got to see Valkyrie for the first time. Badass character. Jane Foster wasn't on this movie. I didn't mind it. I didn't mind she wasn't on this movie. Yeah. Honestly, it didn't. Her being in the movie, I don't think would have made the story more advanced. Loki didn't die for the first time out of the 3 movies. Korg,
well, he came back. We thought he was dead.
We thought he was dead. Well, no, because if you saw Thor 2, the end credit scene, we actually see him alive.
I guess that's true. Yeah, you're right. Thor thought he was dead.
Everybody thought he was dead. But it's a good movie. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but they completely changed his character like 180 degrees to it, and they're better movies.
No, there isn't.
Yeah, there is.
That was wow. That was controversial. Okay, my number 7 is Doctor Strange. I think this movie is above Black Panther. Is it above Far From Home? I don't know. Now I had to rewatch. But this movie was mind-blowing CGI. Like when we saw the trailers for Ant-Man, we're like, this is gonna be Doctor Strange level. I mean, this came out in 2016, and now we're watching stuff and we compare it to Doctor Strange. That's our comparison. That's like the standard, the Doctor Strange level type of
CGI.
Like craziness. Yeah. So Doctor Strange is an OP character, which we see in other films. But the first one, we got his origin, his just like personality, his persona, very much resembled Iron Man's, which is probably why a lot of people liked it, because they like Iron Man. And it was like a character that you kind of like want to hate because he's kind of a douche, but he's also cool. So he's like, dang.
He's a cool dude.
He has a reason to be a douche. He's smart. Like, it's not like he's just a douche for being stupid. So he was the best neurosurgeon in the world, arguably. And we got cool villains. I thought the villains were cool. Dormammu, classic meme. I've come to bargain. So I have to bargain with Dormammu and hope that Phase 5 is better than Phase 4. But it was a good fool. We got like the hand thing. Was that our first hand thing? No, no, we got Wanda before Doctor Strange. So,
well,
Wanda was actually 2015.
Wanda, like her doing her powers weren't as crazy as Doctor Strange. We got her hand glowing, yeah, but not like hand movement like Doctor Strange. That's true.
But Doctor Strange went hard, and we saw the astral plane. We got the ancient one who comes back in Infinity War / Endgame. Not Infinity War. No, she comes back in Endgame and
/ Avengers 1 because they jump back to that time.
/ Avengers 1.
Yeah, there you go.
All sorts of timelines, time loops everywhere. It was a good movie. I really enjoyed it. I wouldn't say there's anything that like really stands out besides the visuals, but I enjoyed it more than the other films that were below it.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is higher for me, but Doctor Strange is a really good movie. I
7 then.
I do like that movie. Number 7 is Black Panther.
Okay.
Black Panther, like you said earlier, first and second act were awesome. Killmonger, bro. He's literally top 3 best villains of the MCU on Phase 3 and before. He just literally like he actually killed it. Michael B. Jordan, he brought the game in.
He brought the game.
Yeah. We got introduction to a lot of people from Wakanda, like you said, M'Baku, Shuri, Angela Bassett. I forget her name on the movie. We got to see what happened after Civil War, after T'Challa's father passed away, him becoming the king, his love interest. We got introduced to the Okoye and her group. I forgot the name of the warriors.
Dora Milaje.
Yeah, I can't say that. I can't say that word. My English not very good looking. We got introduced to literally the baddest army in the whole world. Like no country, no state, nothing can go against Wakanda. Except Namor, but and water people. Just yeah. Movie's good. The third act, CGI, and the battle, the final battle is still up to date. One of the worst CGI moments on the MCU. Like it looks PS2 graphics. That's how bad it is. But he made a comeback. He came back again on Wakanda Forever. Michael B. Jordan. No one was expecting him to come back. If you did, you were psychic. I don't know how you expected, because I was surprised on the theater. I was like, yeah, he came back. It's the soundtrack. I still listen to the soundtrack of this movie.
Oh yeah, the soundtrack. I totally forgot about that.
So good. Kendrick Lamar killed it. The Weeknd killed it. I don't know who else was in this thing. I don't pay attention to the names. I just know the names of the songs. It's just a great movie, a great character, great actors, like a bunch of Angela Bassett, Michael B. Jordan, Chadwick Boseman, like top tier actors were in this movie, and they just brought it, and then it literally blew up. This movie blew up.
Yeah,
like not just because it's an MCU movie. It was their first black lead actor on a superhero movie, and it blew up.
It got so many awards
and
and awards.
And I got a lot of words too. But yeah, that's my number 7.
All the stuff. My number
6.
There's no way. 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. My number 5.
We're 5 already?
Yep. We're in top 5, baby. My number 5. I don't know I think Messi's gonna have this higher, but my number 5 is Guardians 2. So did you freeze?
Wait, no, I didn't freeze. I'm like reading and trying to listen. You have Guardians at 5.
Guardians.
So you're telling me Thor Ragnarok is higher than Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Yep.
Okay.
It's higher. It's better.
You're getting canceled.
It's better. It's stronger. How am I to mean? Anyways, so Guardians 2 is number 5. It's our Guardians family. Everyone loves our Guardians family. Who doesn't? We got more of Rocket. I can't not have more of Rocket. It's too good to not want more. And obviously we got more character development within the family. We got Mantis, a whole brand new character to the family, and find out that now she's related to Peter. Guardians Holiday Special. What's it called? Spoiler. So we got that. If you haven't watched it, then you're mad late. You deserve spoilers.
Yeah, you're literally mad late.
So it was a really good film. I liked the villain, but I didn't love the villain. The whole him being a planet thing it went too far for me. And I know that they're in space and it's like, I mean, how far you're already doing crazy stuff, but a person, quote, celestial type human turning into a planet, and then now he's like embodying this thing. To me, the third act became too much, but I still loved it. We got Baby Groot. Who doesn't love Baby Groot? I mean, oh my gosh, everyone is all over Baby Groot. But the reason why to me it's not higher is that third act with Ego being a planet kind of bothered me.
Okay. That's understandable. That's a good spot. Number 5, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm still on the Thor is higher. I don't understand.
It's better.
No, it's not.
It's stronger.
My number 5 is Doctor Strange.
Okay.
Doctor Strange. I saw him at the big screen. OP character. We got introduced to the milestone.
Time stone.
I was working on milestones on my job. I'm new to a job, whatever. Time Stone. We got introduced to Wong.
Wong.
Literally, bro, Wong is literally the best character in Phase 4. Literally, he's on my project.
I just want to say one thing real quick before you continue. Wong didn't show up in Ant-Man Quantumania? What?
Dude. Okay. Whatever.
Parentheses.
Yeah. Listen. I thought, I don't know why, but I thought that dude will show up on this movie. It would have made 100% sense. Like, okay. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the movie, sorry. But okay, so you know when the portal closes, when their movie's about to end, the portal closes and Scott and what's her name? The Wasp,
Cassie?
whatever her name.
Wasp?
No,
Janet.
Yeah.
Janet.
No, not Janet. His girlfriend, Hope. When Hope and Scott stayed behind, I thought scientists say we gotta see Wong doing his circle thingy, and like we're gonna see him. Yeah. Because I thought when the movie will end, then time will be different. Then because of the time jump or whatever. But no, I thought that would be a good moment to see him to there. But talking about that, if you listen to our last episode of talking about Ant-Man and Quantumania, I made I was going on a rant, and one of my problems was the time jump thingy. So I was wrong. I admit it. I was wrong. I listened to Janet on the movie because I watched it for the second time. Janet was talking about that the quantum realm contains probably 3 or more layers. Let's call it that way. So there is the quantum realm, the subatomic whatever,
subatomic,
and then the wherever they are, where in the movie. So like, there's 3 time, and each 3 they have different time, whatever.
Time works different in each place.
Yeah. Okay, so when Scott got stuck there, he wasn't on where Janet was. Obviously, he was on the subatomic area where time runs differently there.
So basically, I was right, you were wrong, and I'm always right. So that's why my list is going to be better.
Suck my nuts. Okay, so yeah, Wong got introduced on Doctor Strange, and then he became the best character of Phase 4. What is his name? It's not MODOK. It starts with an M. The guy that was good.
I know what you're talking about. I forgot his name.
Yeah, he was annoying in Doctor Strange 2, and then he was good, and then he turned bad, and he tried to kill Doctor Strange in the between the movies, and his plot line went to trash on the second one. He's literally a pointless character now. But he was cool in the first one. Dormammu, awesome. The other people, the other villains were pretty cool as well, with all the mirror dimension and like all that.
Oh yeah.
Mumbo jumbo. Oh, my mic fell. Mumbo jumbo CGI, bro. The CGI in this movie, I think they won an award for this movie because of the CGI. It's the special effects.
They had to
on this movie. It literally went from normal CGI to Doctor Strange level CGI. Like you said earlier,
its own level.
Every time we describe a CGI movie, if it's not Doctor Strange level CGI, it's not good. Because again, this movie came out in 2016 or 2020 whatever.
2016.
Yeah, it came early 16 whatever. We're 2023 now. And there's projects with CGI that sucks.
Yeah, that's She-Hulk, 7 years later.
She-Hulk sucked. Thor Love and Thunder CGI was not the best. Like, come on. Like, what y'all doing?
What are you doing?
Doctor Strange, the time stone, like I said, got introduced. We talked more of the Infinity Stones, how they actually work, how they were created, and yada yada yada. Yeah, so this is my 5.
All right, my number 4 is not Doctor. I had a second in my head because you just said it. I already said Doctor Strange. My number 4 is Thor Ragnarok, where it deserves to be, because this movie completely changed the scope of Thor for the better. Not for the worse, for the better. Thor turned into a character that everyone was supposed to like, but hated the movies. So they're like, especially after the second one, they're like, damn, this Thor sucks. Like, no one wants a Thor 3. And then Taika Waititi came in. He's like, let's just do this. But they didn't give him unlimited freedom, as we see what unlimited freedom does. But they give him some freedom, and he's like, let's do this. And they're like, okay, we'll do that. So then we got Thor 3, we got Ragnarok, and it was a masterpiece of something that we haven't seen. I mean, we got Loki and Thor again. Love the team up. Who doesn't love it? We got short hair Thor. Some people are fangirling over that. We got not the god of hammers. We got the god of thunder. We got glowing-eyed Thor. Did you see glowing-eyed Thor in 1 and 2? No, you didn't. You got god of thunder, glowing-eyed Thor. Bro, anytime someone's eyes glow, I get goosebumps. I don't know why, but that's a CGI when they make someone's eyes glow, whether it's Scarlet Witch or Thor, or I think that's the only 2 people that their eyes glow. But bro, I just like, ooh, like something's gonna happen. That's like, ooh, I don't know. I get goosebumps. My hairs start rising on my arm. It's just so good. And hella top tier MCU villain. Oh, the whole MCU, not Phase 3 top tier. We're talking entirety MCU. She is a top tier villain, and she just slay everyone. She was so top tier, Thor couldn't even kill her. We had to bring in Surtur?
Ragnarok.
We had to bring in Ragnarok. We had to bring in big flaming guy to supposedly kill her. Who knows if she's even dead? Maybe because they haven't brought it up like ever again. But we didn't see a body, so the only thing that I would say I didn't like was her sidekick. That's it. Her sidekick is kind of annoying. He was there for humor, but his humor sucked. So
yeah,
I thought it was a good movie.
I think I like her sidekick better at The Boys, being Butcher, calling everybody cussing everybody out basically in that show. Just top tier. Yeah. Okay. The movie's great. Hear me out. If the movie was so great, why did the Russo brothers completely change everything that movie did?
They did it.
They did. Let me tell you something. They did. Let me tell you why. He lost his hammer.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Infinity War came around. He got a new weapon. That connection of losing a weapon, gone. He already got a new one. Why cry about something else?
Because you didn't know that he was going to get a hammer again.
Exactly. Why give him another weapon when he's got a Thor? Got a Thunder. Right?
Because it's cool.
That's one. Number 2, he lost his eye.
Okay.
Infinity War came around. Guess what? He got another eye.
That's development.
No, that's not development.
That's development.
No.
Iron Man lost his suits. What'd he get? Another suit. Captain America lost his shield. What'd he get? Another shield. You know what it is? Development.
That's not development. It's literally it's losing something. Give it time to grieve. Like he literally grieve. He got it back. He got a better weapon. Like not even a movie.
Yeah, and it was cool. But everyone loves the hammer. Better. Everyone loves the hammer.
It's of course it's a classic.
So exactly. Weapon. So for them to take out the hammer in Thor 3 just made it cool because you're like, oh, the hammer, like the hammer, like that was.
But cool. the hammer came back on Thor 4. So that
we didn't know that. Okay, but that was. We don't talk about Thor 4. We're talking about Thor 3. Yeah, this isn't looking to the future. This is the movie itself. We're ranking the movie itself in regards to Phase 3 spectrum. We're not going to the future. Whatever. So, Thor 3 was good. That's point blank period. All right, what's your number 4?
My number 4, Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 2. Guardians of the Galaxy is a masterpiece movie. I think it's better than Thor 2 or 3. 100%. 100%. The comedy was right. We all got a bunch of characters that we love and care, and there was no problem with all the characters. The villain was whatever. Just like on Thor 3.
Thor 3, the villain was not whatever. The villain was a top tier character. Top tier villain.
She died.
Maybe.
She died. Whatever.
So did Ego.
Ego killed his mom.
Hela killed almost everyone.
Guardians of the Galaxy has literally the best soundtrack ever. The characters, we got Baby Groot. We got more of Rocket. We got more Peter Quill. We got one of literally the biggest, saddest death of the all MCU. Yeah, you heard me right. The biggest one. Iron Man didn't even come close to this.
What?
Yondu dying.
I had to think about who you were talking about for a second.
When Yondu died, it was literally more emotional for me than seeing Iron Man die. His funeral was more heartbreaking.
What?
Than watching Iron Man die.
You're telling me?
I am telling you. You heard me right.
Yondu's death was worse than Iron Man.
100%.
Aunt May's.
Oh yeah, Aunt May. Yeah, you care about Aunt May?
Yeah, it was Spider-Man.
That people knew that was coming.
Yeah, but it's still emotional.
Dude, it was so emotional. Yeah, the movie that death was so emotional. Like after 10 minutes in the movie, that wasn't even a thing.
Yeah, because we got Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, we got Andrew Garfield, and then we got Tobey Maguire. Yeah, like her death was so emotional that they literally left that in the bag. I didn't cry.
You definitely cheered up. You definitely cheered up.
I didn't cheer. I cheered when Andrew Garfield showed up. Hell yeah! When Toby showed up, heck yeah! When she died, no.
I remember you cheering up. I was there.
Yeah, when Andrew showed up.
Nah, whatever.
And Toby showed
Point
up.
Is,
yeah,
her death was impactful. Iron Man's death was impactful.
I never said they were not impactful. Because yes,
they were more impactful. They were more impactful.
No.
How are you going to tell me Yondu's death was more impactful? What?
Bro, Mary Poppins' death. If you get the reference, you're a true fan. If you didn't get it, you probably didn't get it.
Of course I got it. No, you didn't. The movies.
No, you suck. You didn't get it.
Yes, I got it.
It was a very emotional death. Whatever.
It is emotional, but not the whatever. If you think that he was the most emotional death in the MCU, then you comment, DM us, whatever it is, and you tell us he was the most emotional death. Or if you think it was someone else, you tell us. If you're watching on YouTube, drop it in the comments. That's a good plug right there. Anyways, and if you're watching on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe. But point is, it's not. Now, number three. Number three is Endgame.
Okay. I think our number 3, 2, and 1 are the same because Endgame is my number 3, 2.
They probably are the same then.
Yeah.
So I guess the controversy ends
right
here. But yeah, it was definitely controversial with him. Some of the things Messi said. What? Whatever. So yeah, where am I at? Endgame. Endgame was what we waited for since the beginning. I mean, we didn't even know that we were waiting for it in the beginning. I mean, you're just a 2008 kid. You were watching Iron Man. You weren't expecting Thanos Endgame. But as you were watching the movies, you knew what was coming. And you're like, bro, this is it. This is the end. The beginning or the journey is the end. So it was just beautiful. It was like poetry, just closing a book. And then they reopened it. But closing this book, they were like, it was just a beautiful poetry. It was good. I liked the time travel. Some people were like, I don't like the time travel, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? I like the time travel. I like seeing things that happen in previous movies that reflect on what's going on in this movie. Because it's like, it ties it together. I just love a good bow tie that brings things from past movies and just connects it all together. It's like completing a puzzle piece. It's just rewarding. So I like the time travel. I like Thanos. Obviously, it wasn't as Thanos-centric as Infinity War because they said Infinity War was a Thanos movie. Endgame was an Avengers movie. So I liked it.
I agree. Okay.
And Iron Man's death was more impactful than Yondu. Okay, I'm done.
Endgame. Literally, the name defies what it is. It was literally the Endgame for the MCU Phase 3, 2, and 1. Emotional since the very beginning, almost seeing Iron Man die with Nebula on on the spaceship, seeing Carol Danvers for the first time with Iron Man rescuing them. Like I think every moment of this movie was a crowd pleaser.
Yeah.
Every moment of this movie, and that's why it's great to see this movie for the first time on the theaters. And I wish I can go back in time and rewatch it again.
Everyone will know where you were at when you watched Endgame for the first time.
I remember everything.
I remember watching the trailer for the first time in math class as a freshman in college.
The black and white trailer showing Iron Man 1, Captain America 1, Thor 1, everything from the beginning, the voiceover of Nick Fury, the voiceover of Thor, the voiceover of Vision, the voiceover, like literally the trailers, the ads, the movie, a masterpiece.
Literally a masterpiece.
It literally there's no words to describe how it was, but that was 2019. We're in 2023 now. We have different mindsets now, so that's why the movie's not number one. It's number 3 for us. When we're watching it again, I rewatched this movie. I could probably like 10 times, probably more, or I'm exaggerating. But the final battle.
I can't believe I didn't even mention that.
Yeah, the final battle was good. If you tell me when I was 8 years old when I watching Iron Man, you're gonna tell me we're gonna see Spider-Man web slinging with Thor's hammer around with a gauntlet. The battle, I would have called you out. Like you're crazy. Like who would have thought? Crazy. Who would have thought that Spider-Man was riding a unicorn?
Riding a unicorn from space, bro. What?
Okay, so this is the problem with Endgame. My problems with Endgame. It was rushed. It was rushed
what?
Let me tell you why. Yes, we all say the movie could have been longer. We wanted more of it, but I feel that the third act was rushed.
What?
What are you talking about? What?
The final fight was rushed?
The final fight was rushed. If you go back and watch it, and you watch
it's the greatest thing my eyes have ever laid eyes on.
Shut up. If you watch it again and you watch the edits, you see Ant-Man on the car, and then you see Ant-Man in the back fighting a big monster. Like there's problems with the movie. Yes, the movie's not perfect, but I feel like the third act was rushed. Like after Hulk snapped his fingers, it was literally like it felt like it was 10 minutes. Sorry,
but it wasn't 10 minutes. It wasn't like half an hour.
It felt rushed. I don't know why. It just felt. I don't know if I wanted more. I probably wanted more time to it. Iron Man probably should have not died. 1. Carol Danvers, her being there for that moment, bullcrap.
What?
Yes. Listen, Carol Danvers was crap. How are you gonna tell me you're gonna grab Thanos and let him do a head bomb and do nothing, be OOP, and then when you're about to do a punch, you pause? Why will you pause?
Because he grabbed a power stone.
Yeah.
She's like, oh shit.
After 5 seconds of pausing, what?
She got scared.
Of what? She was winning the fight.
He had the power stone.
She was winning the fight, and she stopped. And then he took the power stone. Yes, punch her, dude. You can literally count 5 seconds or probably more seconds between she goes up and throws a punch and stays there, and just let Thanos do his thing.
Because she was trying to take out the gauntlet.
No, you're trying to save the movie. Shut up.
It was good. I'm
not saying
she showed up. You were like, and then she came and she's like, and you're like, oh damn, Captain Marvel, cool. Like what?
Yeah,
she's not rushed.
Okay. Her first half, yes, she was cool. Second half, no. She could literally prevent from Iron Man dying.
How? She got bitch smacked all the way to the other side of the room.
Rewatch that scene.
Rewatch it. I do.
It.
I watch it like 1,000 times.
No. Rewatch it and listen to this. Watch what happens, and she pauses before throwing a punch, and Thanos grabs the Infinity Stone and punches her out.
Exactly. So she's not there in the picture anymore.
Watch it. Watch it. Trust me. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Look. But whatever. All I'm going to say is there was only one way where they won.
Yeah, because freaking Iron Man got too expensive. RTJ too expensive to bring back. that was the only way to save our money for MCU. But whatever. That's the point. The point is, movie was good. Personally, if you disagree with me, I don't care. I felt the third act was a little bit rushed. The first movie, the first 2 acts, emotional. Natasha dying. I was literally not expecting her to die. When they said they're going to Vormir, when they said Vormir, I said, this is it. Tears everywhere.
And Natasha. Natasha was another death. And you're saying freaking Yondu?
Yondu. Yeah, Yondu was more emotional than Natasha. I'm sorry.
Whatever. Your conversation's done. My number 2.
I'm not done. I'm not done. There's so many things to talk about. Endgame. We got to see Ronin for the first time.
They did get
Hawkeye. Hawkeye was literally like, okay, my family's gone. I'm killing everybody else's family. Like, I don't have a family. You're not getting your family. Everybody dying.
Oh my gosh.
He went all ballistic, and then we got obviously see the aftermath on Hawkeye on Disney Plus. Okay, I'm done. What's your number 2?
My number 2 is Civil War. My gosh, yeah. I love this movie. When we talk about top tier villains, you gotta mention Zemo. Keep in mind, this is a human with no superpowers. And he's in the conversation of top tier villains. What? He broke the Avengers to what they are now, to what they were in Endgame and Infinity War. That all happened because of him. He broke them. He used their weakness against them. I mean, that's just maniac right there. He killed King T'Chaka. We got Spider-Man for the first time. I remember where I was when I first saw that trailer. He goes, "Hey everybody, bro, what?" Everyone was freaking out when they saw that trailer. I remember where I was when I saw that. So seeing Spider-Man for the first time, that was just so cool. Whenever Queens showed up in the movie theater, we're like, "Oh my god!" Like this is it. We're gonna see Tom Holland Spider-Man in the MCU. This is cool. Iron Man and Captain America fighting with Bucky in the final scene. That was crazy with him slamming the shield into Iron Man's arc react. Bro, what? I thought Iron Man was dead. I was like, he just killed Iron Man. But I forgot that that's like he doesn't need that anymore.
Yeah.
At the time. But we got Black Panther. Everyone was in this movie. The fight scene between Bucky and basically everyone when he was escaping, and he was fighting Iron Man with no suit, just like the little hand thing. He was fighting Black Widow. It was cool. It was just such a cool movie. I could rewatch that movie so many times. It was top tier, chef's kiss. There's only one movie in the MCU, in the entire MCU, from 1 to 4 that's better. And I'll talk about that later.
Civil War, man. Civil War is a crazy movie. It literally divided the whole fan base between Team Cap, Team Iron Man. That's how powerful the movie was. Like, and until this day, movie's old already. Until this day, people still like are divided between each team. Danny, of course, is Team Cap.
No. Yeah, I am.
You're a Team Cap.
I am, and you're Team Iron Man. I think we should have a podcast with guests and just have a big Team Cap versus Team Iron Man argument.
At this point, Team Cap wins. Let me tell. Okay, whatever. You know why Team Cap wins. The only reason I'm Team Iron Man is because of what happened.
Because you're emotional.
I don't care. He killed.
Because you hold grudges. Because you hold grudges.
He killed his parents. I don't care. He redeemed himself on that crappy show.
He didn't kill his parents. The Winter Soldier killed his parents.
Who's the Winter Soldier?
Not him.
Who's not him?
No, he was brainwashed.
Oh yeah, that's the excuse.
It's not an excuse. It's the truth.
It is an excuse.
It's the truth. He's brainwashed.
He killed his parents.
It's not his fault.
He killed his parents.
But it wasn't.
Whatever. I don't care. He killed his parents. What you can't we can literally have this argument. We've been having this argument since movie came out. He killed his parents. I'm Team Iron Man just because of that. Obviously, that really affected the whole Avengers moving forward. The Avengers broke up. Natasha, basically whoever was on Team Cap got thrown into jail or running from the law.
That's how Ant-Man too. That was the whole reason Ant-Man they were on the run.
Yeah. We got introduced to amazing characters. Freaking Black Panther for the first time. Spider-Man for the first time. We got to see more of hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah.
That is just it took it from a Winter Soldier level to a bigger level on this movie. Like the I think the hand-to-hand combat on the whole MCU is better than
It is.
Yeah.
Well,
some because the Doctor Strange and Thanos fight on Infinity War.
That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, that's a pretty good scene. That's what else happened on this movie? This movie is great. Winter Soldier and
oops.
Winter Soldier and Civil War are literally the two most grounded MCU movies. Well, other than Phase 4, we're not talking about Phase 4. Grounded movies with Black Widow and whatever. The movie sucks. But this too, if you're trying to introduce MCU to a person who's not an MCU fan and they say, "Oh, I don't want to see people flying around and whatever," show them this movie.
Yeah,
show them this movie and let them know, like, yo, the MCU is not just aliens and
it's
superheroes
not just
and
consummation.
Like,
it's not just CGI.
Yeah, like Civil War, man. Simo, my favorite. He is still my favorite villain. Like
above Thanos?
No. Okay. Let me take it back. Human villain.
Okay, yeah.
Human villain. Because so there's different categories of villains. This villain had a plan. And he
won.
He succeeded. He won.
There's only two people that won. Him and Thanos.
Yeah.
No one else won.
Well, technically speaking, he still won. Thanos lost.
Thanos won in Infinity War.
But he lost it. He basically everything that he did 5 years later lost it.
Yeah, but that's not his fault. He still won. That is time travel. That doesn't count.
I mean, but Thanos lost. Thanos is not alive no more. Thanos gone forever. Zemo's still alive, and he's still won because his Avengers are not back. So who's actually better villain? No, I'm kidding.
Okay, Thanos won because the Thanos that lost was a past Thanos.
Yeah.
So that version of Thanos still won. He just didn't know that he lost.
I was just making a controversial joke to see people
I don't know.
Start fighting.
We're arguing over things that don't exist. Time travel.
Yes.
All right.
But yeah. So number one, I feel as y'all know.
Number one, it's Infinity War. It's the best MCU movie. Period. I mean, I don't. You might have a higher one.
No.
I don't know.
This is it. This is it. Yeah.
It's the best. There's nothing better. All the Avengers, everybody. When I say everybody, I mean everybody showed up in this movie. There was no, except Ant-Man. He was stuck. Everybody showed up in this movie. I mean, except Ant-Man and Hawkeye. Everybody showed up in this movie. We had, I mean, bro, Hulk showed up. Bruce Banner showed up. According to Messi, Green Booger showed up. But, I mean, you had Stormbreaker. You had one of the most iconic, I mean, oh my God, there were so many iconic scenes.
Bring me Thanos!
Thor showing up was
Wakanda, bro. That's an OP scene, bro.
Nuts. I mean, you see the from his fingers, and you're like, "Whoa!" But this is it. Because they keep flashing back to Wakanda and to what's going on with Thor, and you're like, "Bro, let's go, get the freaking Stormbreaker, let's go!" Like these people out here getting slaughtered. So like you just felt like the tensions rising. You're like, hurry up! And he showed up. Bro, the theater erupted. I mean, erupted. Also, I just want to mention, we didn't point this out, but Cap getting Thor's hammer in Endgame, nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Iconic. I don't know how we didn't mention that, but it was nuts. So Infinity War, the best fight scene of the MCU period. I don't care what you have to say. You can fight me on that. You can suck my nuts. Doctor Strange and Iron Man versus Thanos was
there were literally
those couple minutes.
Those versions of themselves were the OP characters of all time, because Doctor Strange after this movie would never get to that level of
every version.
Badass.
Thor was his highest, most OP version. Iron Man was his most OP version. Doctor Strange was his most OP version. You think about that, all these like most OP versions of themselves, and they still lost to Thanos. That's how good Thanos is. Period. But oh my gosh, it was just seeing the and then Thanos is like black hole, and then Doctor Strange is like butterflies. Bro, he turned a black hole into butterflies. What? Bro, this man went hard. And Iron Man, this guy's got Thanos got Infinity Stones, and Iron Man's like nanotech, and with a shield, and he's like, and then Thanos is like, all that for a drop of blood, and I'm like, damn. Well, there goes Iron Man, and then he stabs him. He goes, I'm like, bro, Iron Man is dead. This nigga dead, and you know what? He was alive, so I was happy because I honestly thought he was gonna die there. But he came back, so that was good. He just healed himself. Crazy movie, best MCU movie ever. We got sexy Cap. We got hairy Cap, beard Cap. We got Scarlet Witch going crazy. I mean, but she was too busy worrying about Vision when she should only be worrying about me, because I needed to see Vision. Vision was the only nerfed person in that entire. Well, I guess Hulk got nerfed, but Vision was nerfed. That was pretty disappointing.
Yeah, Vision got super
okay,
nerfed.
I was not disappointed Hulk was nerfed in this movie, because I was like, oh, Hulk's gonna come back in Endgame. So I didn't care that we only got Bruce Banner in this movie. That didn't bother me. Because to me, I'm like, character development. Hulk's going to come back in Endgame. That makes sense. Which never showed up. And then now I get mad. But I'm not mad at this movie. I'm mad at Endgame for that. The only character I was mad at was Vision. Not mad at Hulk. Have no problems with that. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay.
Oh, right. One more thing. I already said it, but I'm going to say it again. Thanos won. We got a movie. Okay, yeah, Zemo won, but like, what MCU movie theater? I'm sorry, what MCU movie did you walk out of the theater and you just had no words? You just had no words. Like, you couldn't say nothing because you were just trying to wrap your head around what
just happened. Yeah.
You're like,
I remember.
Like, when he's like, who was it? Cap? The Cap or Winter Soldier? One of them said it. And he was like, did we just lose? That's all that could like wrap around my head when I came out of the theater. I was like, they just lose? Like, there's nothing else? That's it? They lost? Bro, I was shook. Okay, I'm done.
Okay.
I love this.
Infinity War came around 2018. 10 years in the making. Just wrap that around your head. 10 years in the making. Everybody was here, except obviously for Ant-Man and Hawkeye. But the cool people were here. We got to see Guardians of the Galaxy interact with the Avengers for the first time. We got to see Doctor Strange and Iron Man interact for the first time. We got to see Bruce Banner be Bruce Banner for the whole movie for the first time. We got to see a stronger Scarlet Witch, Wanda, in this movie. Vision was literally a pussy in this whole movie. I don't care. Like you said, he whatever. Thor, bro. Thor got his Stormbreaker. What are you doing? Thor got his Stormbreaker, coming to Wakanda, then screaming, "Bring me Thanos!" Seeing Groot and Rocket right behind him, like the interaction between Bucky and Rocket for the first time. Yo, I won the arm. How much you want for it? And then later on, seeing it on the special with the arm that
got the arm
for him. Dude, there's literally no more words that I can say that you already said for this movie, dude. Like you said, when people left the theater, there was no words said.
Yeah,
there was nothing to say because of the impact that this movie made. But the whole freaking world crumbles. 50% of humanity and the whole any living thing just vanishes. We got to see Tom Holland die. We got to see Bucky. We got to see T'Challa die. We got to see everybody die on this movie,
everybody die.
There's literally no nothing to say to that. And then all you see is freaking Thanos sitting on his freaking ranch, or you want to call it his farm.
His farm.
With a freaking smile on his face. You're like, yeah.
I did it. I won. Bro, that was nuts. What a
thrill.
What a thrill. Take me back to 2018 to watch Infinity War for the first time.
I'll pay anything. I'll give a kidney away. Take me back.
Look, you got 2 kidneys. I'll give one for Infinity War, one for Endgame. I'll give away all my kidneys to rewatch those 2 movies for the first time. All right. So that's it. That's what the 11 projects. Obviously we took a little longer than our other 2 episodes because there's more projects in this.
That's a lot more projects, yeah.
Let's recap them. Our 1 through 11. Messi, I'll let you start it off.
All right.
Phase
3.
Pause.
I was gonna do it.
Oh, okay. All right.
Replay. Phase 3 ranking from 11 to 1. Ready?
Let's go.
Captain Marvel. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Homecoming, Far From Home, Thor 3, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Endgame, Civil War, Infinity War.
Okay, and I got Captain Marvel, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man Far From Home. We had the same from there. But now, Black Panther, Doctor Strange, Guardians 2, Thor Ragnarok, where it should be, Endgame, Civil War, and best movie of all, Infinity War.
So that's our rating. If you agree or disagree with any of us, please let us know so we can debate it. See which one is
who had the better list. Who had the better list?
I think it's me. But to be honest, we both had a pretty much similar list.
It was just in the middle. In the middle, it got interesting.
At least we both agree what is the best Phase 3 movie. Infinity War is.
Oh yeah, bro. If you had something else, I was gonna shoot you. I was gonna become a murderer. So this is our show. I will point this out. We will not have a show next week. I'm gonna be in Puerto Rico. Don't find me. I don't want to find you. So if you're like, hey, yo, it's a Qualified Heroes, I'm running the other direction. So this week, I'm not in Qualified Heroes. I'm just Daniel. Don't find me. But yeah, we got merch. Be ready to check it out. And if you haven't seen our Ant-Man episode, once again, go ahead and see it. You can find us everywhere. But if you want to look for me, at Danny42, 3 N's, 2 is taken on Instagram. And let me know who you are.
Yeah, and you can find me at Messi.17_ on Instagram. But if you don't want to follow us, that's fine. Because you can always follow us on Qualified Heroes on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. But always do not look us up on Snapchat. Because we're not on Snapchat. We're not teenage girls. I'm kidding.
Even though we have Snapchat of our own. But yeah, go on YouTube, subscribe, hit that subscribe button. If you're already watching on Spotify or listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, go ahead and go to YouTube. Just give us a little subscribe and then go back to your Spotify and listen to us. Just because it helps us reach new listeners and we can do cooler things. And you can enjoy the show even more than you already do. So Unqualified Heroes!
Ba, 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 ba.